looking at that king. King looked at the face, attractive face, glamorous face, magnetic face. Suddenly that person he started hiding behind the tree. Then king gets curious. Another 10 feet the procession proceeds, and the king, out of curiosity, looked back from the same tree, from behind the same tree, same face appeared. Now the eyes, forehead, the cheeks, the face, so attractive, so wonderful, so amazing, so magnetic, extraordinary glow, and king could not stay. Another 10 feet, that same face, once again looking from behind the tree. Now king stopped the procession, asked the security people, go over there, comb the entire area, find out who that fellow is, bring him, capture him. So they just got down, jumped down, went there, combed the area, made the search, made intensive search, ultimately came and reported to the king, nobody is there, sir. Human beings cannot be there, full of bush and bushy area, nobody can hide there. Procession restarted, another 20 feet, out of curiosity, natural curiosity, the king turns the face backside, same tree, from behind the same tree, same face, same eyes, same forehead, same glow, same magnetic attraction. Now king could not sit there on the elephant, immediately jumped down the elephant, broke open the corridors of the securities, started running fast, jumped down to the bushy area, went deeper down to the tree and searched intensively, extensively all across, ultimately could not find anyone. And now he just he was so much tired, anxiety, curiosity, tension, jumping, running, and a lot of stress. So there was a small stone full of grease and bush. He just sat on the stone. Suddenly, from beneath the stone, behind the stone, from within the stone, he could listen to human breathing. Silently, slowly, he bent down and just touched those grasses and sighted those grasses and glanced inside beneath that stone, and he could see a small cave type vacuum there, and he could see somebody hiding there. Immediately he stretched his hand there, was able to grasp that person, dragged him out. It's the same person whom he has seen behind the tree. And they asked him, who are you? Why are you hiding here? Who are you? Who are you? Then that person told, I am just moving, going only to find out the answer for that question. Who are you? I am just moving around the whole world to find out the answer for that question. Who am I? I am a Parivrajak, I am Avadhuta, I don't know who I am. I want to know who I am. Then he said, you said, where are you? He said, I don't know where I am. I don't have any relative. I don't have any friends. I don't have any kith and kin. I don't have any place. I don't know who I am. I want to know who I am. I am Avadhuta. Then king says, you say that you don't have anything. You say that you don't have anything. When you don't have anything, you have two things. You have peace of mind and you have happiness. You don't have anybody, you don't have the family, but you have the peace of mind and you have the happiness. I am the king of the country. I have got the camel, I have got the horses, I have got the elephant, I have got the money, I have got the army, I have got the palace, I have got the Antapura, I have got everything. I have got the gold, I have got the diamond, I have got everything. I don't have two things. I have got everything, I don't have two things. Then king said, I don't have peace of mind, I don't have happiness. I got everything. You don't have anything, but you have happiness, you have peace of mind. I have come here only for one purpose. What is that? I have come here for exchange program. What is that? I want to give everything to you. Now here and now, I am going to take you, I am going to put you on the pedestal of the elephant. I am going to put you on the Simhasana. Officially, I am going to coronate you, crown you, declare you as the king. I give the elephant, I give the horses, I give the camel, I give the treasury, I give the palace, I give the army, I give everything to you. But in return, I want happiness and peace of mind from you. Then Avadhuta says, happiness and peace of mind are not exchangeable, not negotiable, not transferable, not tradable, not purchasable. Happiness and peace of mind one has to earn. I cannot give it to you. Then king says, at least tell me the name of the guru from you have learned the art of securing the peace and happiness. I will go to that guru and learn, and I want happiness, I want peace of mind, I want happiness, I want peace of mind. Tell me the name and address of the guru, I will go and learn it. Then he says, it is not one guru, from 24 gurus I have learned the art of securing the peace and happiness. Please give those 24 gurus, least I am going to learn it. Now, Avadhuta tells to Yadu Maharaja those 24 gurus from whom he learned the art of securing peace and happiness. And this Avadhuta telling to Yadu Maharaja is called Avadhuta Gita. Then Yadu Maharaja told it to all the subsequent kings. Ultimately it comes to Krishna, and Krishna is telling to Uddhava, so it is also called as Uddhava Gita. Uddhava Gita, Avadhuta Gita, same. Who are the 24 gurus? The first guru, now Krishna is telling to Uddhava, first guru is the earth. Earth is the first guru. Uddhava immediately questions him. Earth cannot open its mouth. If somebody has to give a tuition to you, they have to open their mouth. And if earth opens its mouth, everybody will collapse. So how it is possible to learn from the earth which cannot open its mouth? Then Krishna says, this is the first lesson that you have to learn. Don't open your mouth unnecessarily. As the earth will not open its mouth normally, you also learn, don't talk first. Check first and then talk. Check first and then talk. Don't talk first and then check. Say, what do you mean? And what do you mean? You must say that. You must say only what you mean. Learn it. Then another thing that you have to learn from this earth is, we are born on the earth, we crawled on the earth, we cycled on the earth, we are driving on the earth, we constructed the land in the earth, we are eating on the earth, we are sleeping on the earth, now we are sitting on the earth. Every second of our life, earth is holding us physically, practically, visibly. It is helping, it is serving, it is virtually holding. Otherwise, we are going to collapse. So, every entire lifetime, if somebody directly, visibly, knowingly, aiding, helping, supporting, serving you, it is the earth. And in the entire lifetime, have you thanked, at least have you taken 1 minute of time to thank that earth? If your pen falls down, wallet falls down, you say 100 times thank you for those who remind your pen has fallen down. And for 40 years, 50 years, you will be taking service of the earth. You have not thanked it. On the other hand, you are going to spit on the earth. You will kick the earth. You will dig the earth. You will use the sharp-edged weapons to dig the earth and to wound it, and it's bleeding. And nowadays, in the name of the science and technology, nuclear bombardment of the earth and devastation of the earth. Still, earth has not hit back. Earth has not slapped back. Earth thinks, all the people of the universe, they are my children. All the people, they are my children. Children are innocent. All the people are my children. Children will be innocent. If you carry a child, if the child does something, it doesn't know. It is innocent. You don't get angry. You don't get irritated. You tolerate it. You tolerate it. You will excuse it. Like that, earth has excused all the people of the earth. That is why it is called Kshamaya Daritri. So, if somebody spits, somebody digs at you, somebody comments upon you, somebody criticizes you, if they are knowledgeable, if they are wise, if they are mature, they would not have done that. They are like children, they don't know. You have got a right to excuse, exercise that right. You excuse those people. Kshamaya Dharitri. Learn to excuse the people. Learn to excuse the people. Never get irritated. Never become angry. Never hit back. Never retaliate. No avenging. No revenging. No vengeance. Excuse the people. Go on excusing the people. Learn it from there. Then, second guru is the air. What is the to learn from the air? Krishna tells to Uddhava, become air. Uddhava says, I am a physical body, how can I become air? I cannot become air, I cannot become water. I am a physical body. Become air means, air is essential, air is inevitable, air is unavoidable, air is absolutely necessary for everybody to live. So, air is essential, air is inevitable, air is unavoidable. Become air means for your family, for your community, for your friends, for the people who are there with you. Become essential, become inevitable, become unavoidable, become helpful. Even if you are not there for 3 days, they must feel your absence, they must feel they are missing you. Like that, become essential. Become useful, become people friendly. Then he says, learn another thing from this guru called Vayu. What is that? Air has decided to serve, it serves to the brim and it serves everybody. It serves everybody. No prejudice, no bias, no precondition. You are very beautiful, so I give more air. You are ugly, I give less air. You are very young, I give more air. You are very old, I give less air. Nothing doing. You are very rich, I give more air. You are poor, I don't give air at all. Air has decided to serve everybody. No prejudice, no bias, no pre-notion, no precondition. Like that, whenever you become a volunteer, you want to serve to the full brim of it. No prejudice, no partiality, no bias. Unbiased serving, learn it. The another thing that you have to learn from the air. Now, we are sitting in this beautiful hall of the Austin Temple. We are having a wonderful air. But this air, clean air, pure air, fresh air, it has not come out of any governmental efforts in filtering, processing mechanism like that. No mission. No government anywhere in the world has created a machinery or a system or a technology where every air is processed, made it fresh, clean. Automatically the air that has come here is fresh, clean and pure. And where from this has come? From all the hills, mountains, bushes, forests, paint trees, from all these areas this air has come. And in those mountains, in those hills, in those forests, in those bushes, the wind which is flowing, large number of birds will be there, animals will be there, and the birds will be dying, animals will be dying, and the dead body of the bird and the dead body of the animal, and the wind flows, when the wind goes there, automatically wind is affected, and wind becomes stinking, wind becomes filthy, wind becomes horrible, nobody can breathe that, and people will die if they breathe that wonderful, that filthy air, stinking air, poisonous air, venomous air. And the same air has not come here. What do you mean by that? Air which was affected by the dead body became filthy, became stinking, became horrible, became unbearable. What happened? Air has got one speciality. Krishna tells that to Uddhava. What is the speciality? The moment it gets connected to the filthy, worst, bad, obscene, vulgar, awkward things, it comes to know, I have entered into the area, bad area, worst area, vulgar area, horrible area, filthy area, stinking area. I have to get out of this area. At the earliest, it comes to know it is attached, it is affected, it is attracted, it is in the company of the bad thing. So at the earliest, it wants to get released from the clutches and the control and the company of such bad things. So at the earliest, it will come out of that, it will get out of that, it becomes, it will get detached from that, it becomes normal, original, natural, fresh and beautiful. By the time it comes here, it comes as a fresh air, original air. Then what is it I have to learn? Then Krishna says, knowingly or unknowingly, in the places where you go, you may enter into the company of the bad people, worst people, vulgar people, obscene people, absurd people, awkward people, horrible people, stinking people, filthy people. Immediately, you must have that minimum reflex, common sense. This is not the company. This is not the company that you want. Get out of that. Get released from that. Get relieved from that. Get out of the control of that and become normal, become original, become good, become fresh. Learn it from that. The third one, from space, from sky, from Akasha, you have to learn the lesson. Sky is the Guru, space is the Guru. What is that? Sky is vast, sky is beautiful, sky is great, and sky is blue, sky is extraordinary, sky is vast. Akasha means avakasha. Avakasha means opportunity. Avakasha means accommodation. Sky provides space. Space is available for everything. Everything has got a space in this world. And everything should be in its place. A place for everything. And everything should be in its place. There should be a space for everything. Everything should be in its place. And sky accommodates everything. Sky accommodates everybody. What is it you have to learn? As much as possible, as far as possible. Go on accommodating the people. Go on accommodating the needy. Go on accommodating. Go on helpful. Go on becoming helpful. Accommodate, accommodate, accommodate. Learn it from the space. Learn it from the sky. Another thing that you have to learn from the sky is, sky is beautiful, sky is vast, sky is grand, sky is spectacular, sky is blue. When somebody is like such a great thing, nobody likes it, and the people become jealous. They try to cover it. Dark people will cover it, dark clouds will cover it, and dark clouds will cover the entire sky. And the entire sky is covered by dark clouds, and they say, what you are telling on that day, you are telling, you are blue, you are great, you are grand, you are vast, you are spectacular. Now we have closed you, we have finished, you are not to be seen, you are not visible, you are closed. Only dark clouds we are here. Then sky says, yes, you have closed me, you have finished me, I am not to be seen, I am not visible, I am out, I understand, I am out. I am out only now. Understand the reality. Reality is different. What is it reality? You are all just passing clouds. You are all just passing clouds. You will be here for a minute or two. I will be here permanently. What is the lesson? Krishna said, in the skyline of your life, large number of difficulty, problem, tension, anxiety, testing times, acid tests will come. Dangers will come, threatening times will come, horrible times will come, acid test will come. At that time, as if you have lost the entire control, lost the balance, lost the world, lost the hope, you develop a type of psychology where you don't want to live anymore here. Because you are finished, you feel that you are closed, you feel that you are finished. Dark clouds called difficulty, dark clouds called obstruction, dark clouds called problems have completely finished you, covered you. At that time, remember the sky. Sky becomes the Guru. I say, these difficulty, these problem, this tension, this anxiety, they are passing clouds. They will not be here for another 80 years. I will be here for 80 years. I am not shaken, I am not affected, I am not afraid. Get lost. Learn it from the sky. The fourth one, water. Water is the Guru. What is it you have to learn from water? Water transparent, water sweet, water refreshing, water beautiful, water flows, water dynamic, water rhythmic, water life friendly, All the civilizations started actually settling on the bank of the waters, rivers, because it's a life friendly. Anybody who is jogging, walking, if he just takes a glass of water, he will be completely refreshed. It refreshes. Now what is you have to learn? I say, learn to become water. Anybody who is who has strain, stress, tired, problem, tension, turmoil, when he comes, refresh him like water. Refresh him like water. Then what is that you have to learn? Water is transparent. Your life should be transparent. It should not be clouded or shrouded in miseries or mysteries. And you must learn to give life for many. As water, even though water is not the juice, water is not amruta, water is not anything, but water is everything. Water gives life. Like that, as much as possible, for as many as possible, go on giving the life. Then water, take one drop of water, put it, it flows. Take one glass of water, pour it, it flows. Take one bucket of water, pour it, it flows. Look at the river, it flows. Water flows. Water moves. Water moving. Water dynamic. Water dashing. Water daring. Water has got chalanashilata. It is not static. It is not stagnant. It is not stationary. It moves. Learn it. You must not be static. You must not be stagnant. You must not be stationary. You must not become jada. Become chaitanya. Have chalana shakti. Become dynamic. Become daring. Become dashing. Become vibrant. Learn it. Water has got current. Water has got electricity. Water has got power. Water has got the spirit. You must have that light. You must have that spirit. You must have that energy. You must have that energy. Energy is the current. You must have that. Water has got the energy. It's not to be seen. You must have that energy. You must have that spirit. You must have that current. You must be electrifying. Water is electrifying. Another thing that you have to learn from the water flows, river flows. When the river flows 700 miles behind, 1300 miles behind, 2000 miles behind. It knows its destination, its objective, its target, the river, the ocean and the place where it has to reach. The place where it has to reach, so it has set the goal, it has set the objective, it has set the purpose. Like that, you must also set a goal for your life, an objective for your life, a purpose for your life. Then once the river sets its objective, it doesn't sidetrack, it doesn't backtrack, it doesn't go to Canada, it doesn't go to Mexico, it flows only in that direction which takes it to destination. So all your attention, focus, concentration should be to achieve the goals, towards achieving the goals. No sidetracking, no backtracking, no duplication. Learn it in the water. When the river is flowing, valley will be there, hill will be there, mountain will be there, forest will be there, wild trees will be there. River is not upright. River doesn't care. If there is a valley, it falls, but it will come back, it will flow. If there is a wild tree, it will cut, it will flow. If there is a mountain, it will cut a tunnel, it will flow. If there is a boulder, it will tear it to pieces, it will flow. It will never come back, it will never stop. It is unstoppable. It reaches the goal. Learn it. Whenever you set an objective, set a goal, set a target, till you achieve the objective, become unstoppable, come what may. Learn it from the water. And the fifth one is the fire. What is that you have to learn from the fire? Fire is the Guru. Fire means Agni. Agni is glowing. Agni is glowing. You should be glowing. Your eyes should be glowing. Your cheek should be glowing. Your face should be glowing. Then Krishna says, who will be glowing? Who is the person who will be glowing? Krishna says, who thinks good and who thinks God. A person who thinks good, who thinks God, he will be glowing, he will be radiant, he will be vibrant. So think good, think God. You will be glowing, you will be radiant, you will be vibrant, you will be energetic, you will be spirited. Think good, think God. Think good, think God. Shankaracharya will be showing always 2 fingers. Madhvacharya will be showing 2 fingers. Shankaracharya's message, Geyam Gita Nama Sahasram. Learn Bhagavad Gita, learn Vishnu Sahasranama. Learn Bhagavad Gita, learn Vishnu Sahasranama. Madhvacharya, 2 fingers. What is that? Think good, think God. Think good, think God. Think good, think God. And Krishna says, anybody who is thinking good and thinking God automatically and naturally will be developing wonderful glow on the face and the eyes. What is that you have to learn from the fire? Fire, anything that is thrown into the fire, it is purifying. Fire purifies anything because fire itself is pavitra and it will be purifying everything that is thrown. Like that, anybody who comes with you, anybody who comes into your contact, you must be able to purify their mind, purify their heart, purify their body. For that, you must be pure first of all. If at all you are having the ability to purify others, sir, that if you want to give $20 to others, you must have at least $20 with you to give. So you want to purify others, that purification capital, that purity you must have. So become pure and purify everybody. Then Chandra. Chandra means the moon. Moon is another guru. What is it you have to learn? Moon is cool. Moon is calm. Moon is peaceful. Moon gives moonlight. Moon is pleasant. Moon gives happiness. Learn these things from the moon. What is that? Be cool. Be calm, be peaceful, be pleasant. Don't get excited. Don't become irritative. Don't get angry. Don't become explosive. Don't become inflammable. Don't burst out. If you do all that, you get BP. So what is it you have to learn from the moon? Moonlight, calmness, coolness, peaceful, being pleasant. Learn it from the moon. And if the moon is very beautiful, somebody may become jealous that they may try to cover him, close him, and after 8 days, half the moon is closed, only half moon. After 14 days, only one small thin line. 15th day, Amavasya, and he is not visible. They close him, they finish him, and they laugh. You are telling you are great, your day blossoming, you are closed. Chandra says, yes, today I am closed. Today is not my day, but come tomorrow, see me. Tomorrow belongs to me. Tomorrow belongs to me. Even in the hardest of the times, have the hope, have the confidence. Tomorrow belongs to you. Tomorrow belongs to you. That is the message of Chandra. Then Surya. Surya means sun. Sun is another guru. Sun is bright. Sun is brilliant. Sun is electrifying. Sun gives sunlight. First you must become that. Become bright. Become brilliant. Become extraordinary. Start giving light. Sun means knowledge. Sun means activation. Sun means remover of darkness. You must become that. Once sun comes, he brings light. He brings delight. He brings enlightenment. He brings knowledge. He brings activation. He will be having electrifying impact on the entire world. Like that, when you come, you must come like remover of darkness there wherever you go. When you come, you must come like giving all the knowledge, the scholarship to the people. When you come here, you must come having impact, electrifying impact to the people. So that you have to learn. And Surya means, from Surya gives sunlight, and sunlight takes care of the entire vegetation. Whole world, all the vegetation, all the fruits, all the flowers, all the trees, all the greenery, they just grow because of the sunlight. And sun gives the entire greenery, sun gives the entire food, sun gives the rain, sun gives the water, sun gives the fruits, sun gives the fruit juice, sun gives the grain, sun gives the light, sun gives the heat. Whole world sustained by sun and its contribution. You say you are doing so much of contribution, you are doing so much service to the world, universe. We thank you, sun. Sun says, I am not doing anything extra. I come at the time, sunrise time, I do my duty, sunset time, I go back. I come, I do my duty, I go back. Nothing great about it. But the whole world and the entire vegetation is sustained, grown and contributed by him. Such a great person, if you say you are doing great, he says, I am not doing anything great, I do my duty, that is all. He is humble, he is simple, learn that humility, learn that simplicity. He says, I come, I do my duty, I go, that is all. What is there great about it? Learn it. Another thing that you have to learn from the sun is, sun sends extraordinary heat on the surface of the ocean, lifts the water from the surface of the ocean and takes it to the sky and clouds it there in the dark cloud. On the dark cloud, once again he sends the stronger heat rays. Then because the strong heat rays, it will melt down. Then he converts that into rain, and rain comes down and water comes down. Irrigation is possible, drinking water is possible, having the food is possible. Everything in the world is sustained because of this water which he sends in the form of the rain, which he sends through the cloud, which he forms from taking the water from the surface of the ocean. What is that he is doing in the meanwhile? Surya, sun, is drawing the water from the ocean called as salt water. Ocean gives salt water, but Surya will not give back salt water. He takes salt water, he will not abuse anybody, he will not complain on anybody, he will take it silently, will process it, convert it into sweet water, smilingly he serves the sweet water to the whole world. You learn this art. This world is not there to give sweet water to you. This world is there only to give salt water to you. This world is an ocean, and this ocean gives only salt water to you. Accept salt water, but don't give back salt water. Convert the salt water, process the salt water, make it a sweet water, smilingly serve the sweet water. Take the salt water, no vengeance, no revenge, no harsh feelings, no hard feelings. Take the salt water. That is the way of life in the world. That is the world. That is the system. There is nothing special about it. The world gives only salt water. I accept that, but I don't give the salt water. I process it, I convert that, I make it a sweet water, I will give it back to you. This is a very major thing that you have to learn. Then, another 5-10 minutes.
Up to 12 we can go.
Up to 12? Then, 8th one, dove or parrot. Krishna tells a small story to Uddhava. In a forest, there was a tree, and in the tree, there was a branch. That tree had thousands of branches. That forest had lakhs of trees, and in that branch of that tree, there was a parrot, and there was a male parrot, female parrot. They loved, they married, they became responsible, and they got the children, and to give the food to the children, both husband and wife, running, flying, distance, huge distance, and picking small, delicate, subtle grains so that they can actually keep it in their mouth, flying 10 miles, 15 miles to that forest. In that forest, millions of trees, they have to come to the same tree, and in that tree, millions of branches, they have to go to the same branch. In that branch, there is a nest. In that nest, small birds are there, and their bird, their children, their kids, and they have to feed without losing, without making it to fall. They have to feed it, transfer it. This goes on every day. One day, husband and wife, they go to the distant area, and ultimately they select a very delicate, very subtle, very nice, very beautiful, small grains. They pick it, they peck it, and they hold it on their mouth. They fly back, and they fly back to the same forest, to the same tree, same branch, and they see there are no kids there. Kids are not there. Suddenly they are shocked. What happened to the kids? Just below the tree, a hunter has come, and that fellow has laid a trap, and he has captured all the kids, parrot kids. And the lady parrot looks at that, the wife, all my children are actually captured by him. Why should I live? How can I live? Without even thinking next second, it just fell directly into the towel, into the trap of that fellow, and he was happy. Out of voluntarily it fell down. Now the husband looks at that, my wife, my children are all falling there. They are trapped. Why should and how can I live here without next thinking? Immediately he fell, and the hunter was extremely happy. He just tied that, went there, cut them, had a wonderful meat, sold it, made a lot of money. What is the message? Message is simple. When in the testing times, if you become emotional, emotion is the enemy of reason. Emotion is the enemy of reason. Wherever application of mind is essential, wherever reason, logic, coolness, thinking, strategy is essential, you become excited, become emotional, you lose cool, you lose the balance. Another spiritual meaning for that is, the Bhagavad Gita meaning is, over attachment is too much hazardous. Over attachment is too much hazardous. Then, ninth Guru is Python. What is the type to learn from Python? Python means huge snake. It doesn't move at all. And what is the type to learn? That python did not born, it did not have the birth with that size. It was born as a small snake only, looking at the neighborhood, looking at the community, looking at everybody. It wanted to grow, it developed, it prospered, it progressed, it became great, it became grand, it became spectacular, and it became rich aristocrat. At that point of time, it said, let me stop everything. It called it a day. That is the end of it. It doesn't go to the job, it retirement, and it doesn't move, doesn't stir, it doesn't search for food. On its own, if some insect comes near the mouth, it eats, otherwise it doesn't. What is the meaning? After a particular age, acquisition of the wealth, working and earning becomes a waste. This janma has come to do sadhana, this body has come to do sadhana, do satkarma, do sadachara, do sadhana, do some service, and after some time, you will not have more consumption of the food, you will not have more consumption of the clothes, you don't need much. So, unnecessarily don't fizzle your time out 60, 65, 70, 75. At some point of time, quality day, that is the end of it. Don't look back and just start serving, meditating, close your eyes, open your eyes, go deeper within and start actually submitting yourself at the feet of the Lord, do sadhana, and that's what for we have come here. Then 10th Guru is ocean. Ocean is dignified. Ocean is decent. Ocean is majestic. And you have to develop your personality like this. Become dignified, become decent, become cultured, have majestic personality. Don't become petty, don't become cheap. Become dignified, decent, and be majestic. And ocean is large, ocean is huge, and ocean will have depth. Like that, your mind, your heart should be broad, and you must have in-depth personality, and you must have in-depth studies, in-depth knowledge, in-depth understanding, not surface level understanding. Then you must be like ocean. What is that? If every water comes and every river comes and every flood comes and everything comes, it accepts, but there is no flood in the ocean. All the rivers are flooding, all the streams are flooding, all the flooded rivers are coming only to the ocean, all the flooded water is diving to the ocean, but there is no flood for the ocean. Because on the banks of the ocean, huge cities are there, never it floods. And sometimes for 3 years, 4 years, there is no rain, there is no water, all the rivers are dried up and no water is coming, no water is joining. For 4 years continuously, not a drop of water is coming to the ocean, but still, ocean is full. What is the meaning? If everybody comes and everybody congratulates, everybody compliments, everybody praises, everybody felicitates you, okay. Nobody comes, still okay. Learn this. Everybody comes, okay. Nobody comes, still okay. That learn from the ocean. Then the 11th one, butterfly, the firefly. Firefly is called patanga. When it just looks, particularly in the rainy season, there's a tube light, it is attracted by the tube light, it goes over there and its wings are burned and it falls down, it dies. And its friend is looking at that. My friend was sitting here, he was attracted by that. He went there, he burnt his wings, he fell down, he died, it looks everything, but still, even after that, it also flies, its wings are burnt, it falls down, it dies. This is the story of many youngsters in the world. This is the story of many youngsters in the world. Then honeybee, 12th one, honeybee. What is it you have to learn from the honeybee? Honeybee flies from flower to flower, flower to flower, flower sits on the flower, doesn't distract the flower, doesn't destroy the flower, doesn't damage the flower. It just sucks the essence of the flower without disturbing the structure, petals, color, aroma. It doesn't disturb anything. It sucks only the essence. It collects essence from every flower and stores it. Becomes huge honey, very precious honey, very costly honey. Like that, from every person, from every incident, from every event, go on learning, acquiring the knowledge, become knowledgeable. In Kannada, there is a wonderful song, Sarvagnanembuvanu Garbhadindadavane Sarvarolagondu Vidya Kalitu Vidya Parvatave Ada Sarvagna. Sarvagna overnight has become a Sarvagna. From everyone he has learned, from every individual he has learned, from every incident he has learned, from every experience he has learned, from every event he has learned, he has become enriched, he has become knowledgeable, he has become Sarvagna. Like that, don't lose any opportunity. Use every opportunity. Learn to learn. Use every opportunity. Then 13th one, elephant. Even if you ask a small child, elephant means it is big, it is huge, it is great, it is grand. So, what is the meaning? Meaning is, think big, act big. Think big, act big. Never think small. Never think petty. Never think cheap. Never think mean. Never think shallow. Never think hollow. Never think always great. Think always grand. Think spectacular. Look at the elephant. Think big and act big. Look at the ears of the elephant. Huge ears. What is the meaning? Huge ears means it listens first, then talks. You must also learn. Listen first, then talk. Don't talk first and then listen. Listen first and then talk. Become a good listener, then you become a good communicator. And the 14th Guru, honey gatherer. Honey gatherer. What is it you can learn from honey gatherer? Honey is collecting honey. Honey bee is collecting honey from every flower. It stores. It doesn't use. It doesn't consume. It doesn't drink. It doesn't share. It doesn't give. It stores. One fine day, honey gatherer will come. Watch, suddenly in the evening, in the night, he comes, pours some kerosene or petrol, all of them will run away, some of them will die, I will take it, he will squeeze it, he will drink, he will sell, he will make the money. The honeybee which has done all the efforts will not get any benefit. That fellow, stranger, will get all the benefit. What do you mean? Many people in the world, they do lot of hard work. They earn, they save. They don't use it for themselves. They don't use it for their family. They make FD, fixed deposit. One fine day, they will die. And what happens to the bomb? Then the 15th one is deer. What is that you have to learn from the deer? Deer is very speedy animal, but still deer hunting is allowed. People will be hunting deer effortlessly. What is that? How is that? Deer has got one weakness. Weakness for music. What type of music? Drum music. Folk music, in that too, drum music. Folk drum music. It likes, it loves, it's fascinated, they got a passion. So the hunter will play that music, it stops, it closes its eyes, it stands, it's a standstill now, as if it's giving pose to the photo, and that is the moment he wants. He will shoot it, it falls down, he takes it, he sells the meat, he sells the deer skin. So you can even lose the life if you have the weakness for the ears. Don't have the weakness for the ears. Then the 18th one, Kurara bird. There is a bird, a small bird. It looks a big meat, very big meat piece. It's attracted. Such a big meat is available freely now. So Kurara bird straight away flies over there, picks that big meat and starts flying high. Now it is flying. Suddenly, the eagles, a group, a bunch of eagles started chasing it. They have come almost, they try to attack it, they try to kill this Kurara bird. Now Kurara bird looks back, a battalion of horrible eagles are attacking it. Almost like war they are coming. Now Kurara bird thinks, I have not done any harm to them. Why are they attacking me? Immediately it learns, they are not attacking me. They are interested in this big meat. So immediately it applies the mind, it will leave that meat packet and meat falls down, that big meat piece falls down. Then all the eagles started changing their direction. They went towards that place where the meat fell down. Kurara bird became safe now. Now it came down. What is the message? Krishna says, message is very simple. It was a small bird, but it became greedy, it became overambitious, it wanted to carry the big meat, it fell into such a great risk, very risk. What is the message? Less luggage, more comfort for your life and family. Less luggage, more comfort. Go and look at the car garage of many people, you will understand. Then, child, as I told in the very beginning, Krishna says, child is the Guru, child is innocent, child is natural, child is smiling, child is inquisitive, child is positive. For child everything happens. For the elderly people, everything is negative, everything is difficult, everything is problematic, difficult to be natural, become unnatural, become artificial, become superficial, become formal. A child is never formal, it is informal, it is natural, it is flying, it is joyful, it is weeping, it is smiling, and it enjoys the life, it is happy. Those who are natural, they will be more happy. And all the unhappy people are more unnatural. And most of our life has been affected by this unnaturality. And just close your eyes and think of all the dialogues, conversation which you had all these years. They are dialogues of deaf and dumb, having no meaning, no relevance whatsoever. Then, arrow maker. A small story is told by Krishna to Uddhava. It says there was a big capital city. In that capital city, the king was going in a right royal procession, a very big procession of orchestra, music, dance, everything was there. And the procession came to the downtown, in the downtown main road. And in the main road, at the edge of the main road, one arrow maker was sitting, a very old person, 75-year fellow, and he was giving the sharpness for the edge of the arrow, and he was concentrating, he was focusing, and he has taken the arrow almost to the eye level, and he was doing like this, and in front of him only, the camel comes, the elephant comes, the horses comes, and now the royal paraphernalia comes, and the king also comes, security people come, but every entire city stands up and they give standing ovation, they give felicitation, they throw the flowers, they give the garlands, but this fellow sitting, doing the job, never stood up, and security people, they look at this fellow, informed to the king, he is the only fellow in the entire city who did disloyalty, who did not get up, who showed disrespect straight to the king in front of everybody. Then king says, bring him, hang him. In front of everybody, if anybody shows disrespect to the royalty, the king, it is an insult, hang him. Then the old fellow was brought next day to the palace. The old fellow asked, you are the king, you can kill me, that's a different story. But why are you killing? Can you just tell me? King said, yesterday when my procession came, you did not get up, you disrespected me. Which procession? At 4 o'clock in front of you. I was there, but no procession. Are you deaf and dumb? No, I am not deaf and dumb. I am listening to whatever you say. Then there was such a big orchestra, big music, big dances, huge mantra was there. You did not. No, I did not listen. What you were doing? I was doing my job. What is your job? I am an arrow maker. I was giving sharpness for the edge of the arrow. Surprisingly and fortunately, the king was an expert in arms and munitions. He told, bring that arrow. So arrow maker took that arrow and king looked at the edge of the arrow. He said that this level of sharpness, this range of sharpness that can be given, only 100% concentrated concentration is there. He is the real person, he has the dedication, he has the meditation, he has concentration, he has the work culture. All the other fellows are pretending and showy fellows. Though I have to actually punish those people, not this fellow. What is the message? Krishna says, any work, whatever work that you take, put your heart, then do the work. Throw your heart first, then do the work, see the difference. That is the message. Then, from the ant is the smallest animal. What is it you have to learn? Ant, look at the discipline of the ant. Look at the family concept of the ant. If there is a small sugar falling somewhere, if one ant knows about that, it will immediately inform to the entire relatives, friends and neighborhood, and the whole line is formed within seconds. The sense of oneness, sense of family, sense of belongingness, sense of unity, learn it. Discipline, learn it. Queue system, learn it. No, it will never jump the queue, learn it. Then, if the huge rainy season is coming for the next 3 months and it's not going outside, it will be able to smell the rainy season much earlier. 1 month earlier, ant will be smelling the rainy season, and for the next 3 months, whatever that is required, now all the ants, they together, they go, they bring, they carry, they do the logistics, and they store. So packing, packaging, storing, logistics, visualizing, forecasting, planning, everything is done by the ant. Learn this planning, programming, budgeting, scheduling, forecasting, visualizing, and bringing, storing them. Ant is a small thing. Ant is known for discipline. Small thing, but a wonderful lesson. Then spider. What is it you have to learn from the spider? A spider creates the web. First web designer is the spider of the world. It created the web, and it hanged onto that and it maintains the web. Whenever it is frustrated, it kicks it and destroys the web and it flies. So, a spider can do creation, sustenance and destruction. An ordinary spider can do the creation, maintenance and destruction. Can you not imagine whole universe, the water, the air, the fire, the environment, the people, the animal, the birds, the forest, the mountain, the rivers, all the sky, the light, the moon, the sun, the stars, whole galaxy, it is designed, specified, introduced, launched, created by somebody, sustained by somebody, managed by somebody, controlled by somebody, coordinated by somebody, destroyed by somebody. A person coming here, a person coming with the eyes, person coming with the ears, a person coming with the mouth, person coming with the tongue, person coming with the teeth, person coming with the heart, person coming with the nerves, person coming with the bones, person coming with the hand. All these things. And the brain, thoughts, then digestion, then all the action, all the idea, and the neighborhood, the family, whole thing is designed by a wonderful designer of the world, and he has designed it, he has created it, he is sustaining it, he is the destroyer. Can't you understand the concept of the God by looking at the spider? Like that, 24 gurus have been actually stated by the Krishna to Uddhava. They are very relevant, and even though it is a part of Bhagavata, 11th skanda, in the 11th canto of Bhagavata, this 24 gurus have been highlighted by Krishna to Uddhava. Even today, it is so secular, you can tell it to any caste, any race, any nationality. It is wonderful, applicable to everyday life, user-friendly, and Krishna's message and Krishna's advice to Uddhava holds good as very relevant even today for all of us. So with these few words, I would like to conclude the morning's program. And I have published 52 books. Because the weight I could not bring any book. I have brought 35 CDs, but I did not bring the CDs. Only 3 CDs are available at the moment for the children, for the kids, for the professionals and the housewives and students. I have brought 1 CD, Secrets of Super Success. How you can become effective, efficient and extraordinary. How you become a super successful person. All the demonstration and the hints and the cues are available in this CD. And in Kannada I have brought 2 CDs. Bhagavad Gita, the most motivating and inspiring CD, and very melodious Bhagavad Gita chanting by Puttur Rasim Nayak, and very inspiring and motivating lecture on Bhagavad Gita discourse by me. Then this is once again in Kannada, Tulsi Mahatmya and Gayatri Mahatmya, the CDs, both Gayatri Mahatmya and Tulsi Mahatmya, the 2 CDs were there. We have blended that in 1 CD. So this contains both Tulsi Mahatmya and Gayatri Mahatmya. For my discourse, Vidya Bhushan and Puttur Rasim Nayak, both of them have sung the songs on Tulsi and Gayatri here. So these 3Ds are available for any small donation. Those who are interested, you can have it after the program. With these few words, I thank the temple authorities, all the office bearers of temples, in particular to Mr. Srinivas and others who are in charge of the entire Gurukula operation here. And my special thanks to Mr. Madhura, remarkable, dynamic person, extraordinary. He has taken complete charge of my programs in the Austin in the present present visit. And my special thanks to Mr. Madhu for making it happen. And my thanks to all of you for listening here with patience and interest. My thanks to Rampriya, who actually first time invited me to Austin, until since then has been giving guidance continuously to me and in organizing my programs over here. With these few words, I thank everybody. I pray, Lord, to wish all of you the best of luck. Only one thing that I pray from all of you, I appeal to all of you is chant Vishnu Sahasranama, recite Vishnu Sahasranama, tell Vishnu Sahasranama, see the difference. There will be a sea of difference in your life, in your future, and for your family, for your children. Don't leave at any cost Vishnu Sahasranama. Have it, chant it, recite it, enjoy the benefits of it. Thank you, thank you, thank you.